Here we are with B3313. Hey, what you're supposed to... Okay, whatever. Look whatever direction you want. Our video today is about the Genesis basement. Access from here. Why is it called Genesis basement? Well, it's the basement from Genesis, of course. We'll talk about that at the end, because talking about the origins of this place ties into something we'll only be covering at the end. There's an arrow pointing down here. I don't really care. I came from there, so we're just gonna ignore that. Now, got a pretty big area here. Not the biggest in the world, but yeah. We'll be coming out here with 5 extra stars is what we're gonna say. Now, the initial entrance room, if we go in this way, we end up in the Plexal Lobby. Cool. Don't have any business here right now. Well, if we jump down and go forward, it's a tiny, huge island room, but with what looks like a snow painting. And we cannot go into these void paintings. Kinda wish we would, even if it would. I kinda wish we could, even if it would not be a fun experience, I can tell. But we cannot. So, moving on into this. This is Chroma Tundra. And it's a pretty big level. And it has kind of a rabbit hole in terms of its backstory. But of course, before we get to the backstory, we gotta play the level first. Back forward, the forward story. That's what it is. Before we can go through the backstory, we have to go through the forward story. Oh yeah, this guy. So I think in the original Mario 64, their little coin indicators don't spin. I think their coins are completely still, so you can kind of tell them apart from regular coins. Here, though, their coins continuously spin anyways. So, like, damn. You just kind of have to know if you don't want to either be paranoid, or you just have to know if you don't want to be hit by one. Yeah, this is not a level you want to fall in, and that would be like the absolute worst place to fall. Well, what's at the top now? Well, almost. Get away. Thank you. One last bit to climb. There's 4 stars total here. Not taking that. Thank you. This one is probably the worst one. And you saw those red coins. The red coins honestly aren't that bad. This one just gets kind of tedious near the end of this thing. It's really not that bad, just tedious. I should not dive there. Here we go. One of 4. Next up should be the red coins, which really aren't as bad as they sound. Like, the thing I've noticed is, like, if we don't count the unabandoned version, then the red coin missions in this aren't really that bad, for the most part. There's some exceptions I can think of off the top of my head, but like, for the most part, the red coin missions aren't really that bad. There's nothing down this way, just like a large expanse of nothing. If you feel like killing some Goombas, then go for it. Like, yeah, it's not worth it. But yeah, that's the main thing I'm just kind of starting to notice. Cause like, when I was playing the unabandoned version, there were some red coin things that gave me hell and back, but like, the ones in the official version are like a lot more balanced. Hell, we'll be getting to a mission a red coin mission I had a lot of trouble with in an unabandoned in this very video. You can just do a long jump to that, and there's a good amount of coins. We'll worry about the stars here later, because, you know, I'm already on the red coin grind. Hey guy, bye guy. Alright, almost at the top. We could just go up here. You've kind of made like right through the fence, so like, man, don't have to go the full way. So that's second star. The other two are a lot less bad. Like, we walked by them just then, actually. We still have to go up about halfway through the mountain, but not like all the way to the top. So, let's go ahead and get going. It's a really nice level too. Oh my god. Like, the whole vibe of this is immaculate. Like, this song is a banger. Revenge. Alright, but yeah, the song is a banger. It's by Waste of Blood, who actually, you know, will come into play a bit later unless we get to the words. Because the Waste of Blood actually, I think it's like one of the, well, a creator of this. That and fucking Greedio. Not that they collabed, it was more just like Greedio. We'll get into it. We will get into it. Anyway, now that we're up here, well, we've seen a star over here, but when we look at it closely, it's trapped in some blocks of ice. We can't really get it anyway. And if we look over here, there's a star in the distance, but that's way too far to reach. Even with a triple jump, I don't think we could make it. But there's an inconspicuous pipe here. It might take us to another level, but it's about all we got. This is so fucking stupid. Believe it or not, this is a key for both of these. But first, let's launch off here and find out a new mechanic. You can fly when you're shot out of a cannon. You might be going, wait, if you can fly when you're shot out of a cannon, what do you really need the wing cap for? Bye, guy. He cannot stand to see us winning. Can't stand to see a girl boss winning. But, yeah, you can fly when you're shot out of cannons, just like the wing cap. Like, it's identical to flying with the wing cap. So you might be going, then what's the point of getting the wing cap? I mean, aside from flying in levels without a cannon, but like, really, is there any point to it beyond just that? If you can just fly using cannons? Trust me, you want to get the wing cap. You absolutely want the wing cap. I don't think it'll be that long until we get it, actually. But it'll be a little bit. Did anyone watch Sam and Cat on Nickelodeon? Was it Nickelodeon? I think it was Disney Channel. I'm not sure. Maybe it was Nickelodeon. I'm just kind of randomly thinking about it. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it before I started recording. It just started popping into my head when I started recording. And I just felt like I had to mention it at some point. I miss that show. I know why it got canceled. The actors did not get along, which is like, damn. Anyway, to get this, you just aim so you will hit the first clock, like that. Okay, ignore this guy. Then just grab it, and we're good to go. That's everything in Chroma Tundra. But the origin. This isn't part of the origin. This is actually a removed track from the game. The night version of Chroma Tundra. Honestly, like, I probably would just, like, gloss over this. I wouldn't, like, even include this, even though it's, like, an interesting thing for the most part. But, like, I remember when the new hotfix, like, when 1.0.2 was put up for download, I looked in the comments, and some guy was like, why do you remember the night version of Chroma Tundra? I really, really liked that song, and it's gone. I used to go to Chroma Tundra to just relax and get my mind off things when I was feeling heavy. It made me it lifted my soul from the depths of depression, just wandering around Chroma Tundra at night. You might think I'm paraphrasing with that, and honestly, I probably am, but like, this is literally what that comment was saying. They're like literally so distraught that Chroma Tundra Night was no longer in the game. They're like genuinely fucking heartbroken. They made like at least 5 comments about it, like going, please add it back to the game, please. And it just kind of stuck with me. I never really looked up the song until I was getting ready to record for this a few minutes ago. No, so. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Definitely not what I was really expecting. Oh, it's good. Oh, and yeah, it's not like it's a bad song. It's just kind of not what I expected looking it up. Anyway, going down. This is along the same line. This has nothing to do with it. I just thought it was funny. Can you upload Metal Mario Night version, please? I don't believe that exists. It does. I just tested by entering a stage with a metal cap at night and grabbing it. The music is completely identical. It's personal. This is so fucking funny to me. It's personalized. Okay, let's move on. Let's go from useless trivia to actual background. So, this is a song that was made before the area was ever put in B33 by Waste of Blood. It's definitely vibes, but it goes for a more kind of like disturbing, dark version rather than, you know, what it ends up being. Yeah. Oh yeah, fucking before I go more into it, description, find out more about this level here, and there's this whole page on the MIPS whole wiki. Just kind of like linking to the video. Like in-depth stuff about this. It's completely different from how it appears in B33. Like, none of this is relevant at all. But it's interesting to see. Yeah. It's very interesting. Like, even if it's kind of, you know. I need to look into Waste of Blood's whole little canon thing. I did a small gleam into it, and it was interesting, but I didn't really go into it in detail. Yeah, but so this is like this isn't the origin of it though. Like, this is probably what guaranteed it appearing in the Mario 64 thing, but well, this video by Greenio uploaded about like 4 or 5 months before Waste Blood's music. If we go to here, then you see Mario enter where Dry World would normally be, and it says Chroma Tundra. The level looks so much different from any other example of it, though. Different from what we played, different from whatever this is showing off. Just different. In fact, it's really just, you know, basically the dry desert. What is that? What it's called? Probably dry desert. I guess I don't have the wiki page open anymore for it. But just like dry desert, but you know, snow. But yeah. So this existed, which inspired this, which got it into B33, which I think is a really cool little chain of events. That's about it for Chroma Tundra, though. That's only one of the main areas we'll be covering, though. Like, how far are we in this? Oh man. Yeah. That's probably the biggest area we'll be covering, though. I don't think anything else we'll be going after will be relevant. There's this place which has Goombas in it because I thought getting 2 red stars in the first video was a good idea. Not a real painting, there's no Chroma Tundra 2. Oh, that'd be funny. I mean, if there's, you know, the freaking Genesis bit, no, the Plexal basement 2, then let's just say there's no Chroma Tundra 2. This! If you're watching this in upload order, you know exactly what this is. Toad's Lobby. And now that we're entering from the other side, we can see this hallway is a lot more... is a very seamless fucking transition. Like, it's... I mean, not seamless, but still, like, built pretty much like this. It's cool. It's just what I'm trying to get at. Now, if we go up here... might seem like the end of the road, right? This doesn't go anywhere, but there's a door here. Surely there's a transition to a new room. Nope, we're only halfway done. Now, it looks daunting. 5 different splitting points, but it's really not as bad as it seems. This... that gave me a jump scare. This has a pipe that was added into this as of 1.0.1. Very new thing. And this pipe takes you to an area that was added in the same version. Castle Depths. Later, though. Now, yeah, like, playing this in an earlier version, like, 2 out of 4 of these hallways just end up leading to a dead end. which is funny, I think, but like, they decided to give an actual work in all these hallways. This one goes to floor 4B, and it's a completely different pipe model on the side. Fun. Good fucking second one on the right takes us to balcony, which is neat. The balcony's cool. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's a very small area, but it's probably going to get an episode dedicated to itself because it doesn't really overlap with any other areas enough to warrant combining it. And then, the first door on the right takes us to Flower Fields. If you saw my unabandoned playthrough, you know I have gripes with this. There's a red coin mission that was absolute hell for me. However, that red coin mission was exclusive to unabandoned. It is not in the official version, not in any official version. So there's no red coins to worry about. In fact, there's only 1 star in this level. So, it will be an in and out mission. Just have to be careful. We'll go up here first. Only problem with there being no red coins is we kinda just have to go to areas just because, instead of like we have to go here to collect a red coin. No, we're just going here to show it off because we wouldn't be coming over here anyways. Like if we didn't come here just because, then we wouldn't have any reason to go over here. We'll drop here, but there's nothing there, so not gonna do it. Oh yeah, these flowers! I don't think these have come up yet. And I think these are something that are only going to spawn more and more in like unrelated levels as we collect red stars, just like Goombas. But these flowers are official beta assets that were found in the files of Lethal Lava Land. They're some of the more well-known unused content, so like if you're into this, you most likely already know about the flowers. I just think, you know, it's cool to mention. I'm just trying to mention all the cool stuff at least once. Doesn't matter when, as long as it's relevant to the topic at some point. Yeah, we already had an overhead look from over here. There's not much to do here except, you know, start going up. God, the red coin placements in Unabandoned were horrible. Oh my god. Okay, I'm fine. Well, it would have been fine if I messed up. I would have just gotten hit and it would have been an inconvenience. Speaking of inconvenience, if you fall here, you don't die, you just end up here and you just have to wall jump out. Talk about an inconvenience. Also, Super Mario 3D World Pipe. Awesome. Now, if you fall here, you do die. So, don't do that, please. Not that it's really that hard to just not fall. Just like that. In fact, you could probably get on top of that pretty easily. In fact, I think I did that at one point. But yeah. And back here, we can see where we're supposed to go. Assumably, because question mark block, in a kind of hard to reach place. Yeah, that's either a star or a bunch of useless coins, and I'd be willing to bet that's a star. We just have to do some kind of specific platforming. Just the fucking platform being just high enough so that we can't grab it. We can almost grab it, but not quite. Now, long jump at the absolute last point, or if you long jump at the very edge, you can ledge grab, but if you don't, be prepared to do that little wall jump I just did. And here we are. That's all the stars we'll be getting, but we still have a little bit more to go through. Because, well, we have this path here. I promise we are almost done. We just have a little bit left. Going straight ahead, we end up in a little fountain room. Hedge maze to the left, little clock up there. It's pretty nice. Like, there's not really much negative to say about this. We'll go to the hedge maze in a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and show off that heading this way kind of leads to the same area. And I think it'd be better to save that last bit for last, cause you'll see. Now, this little area alcove here, little fucking toad statue, that's cool. If we look up. Well, what are you looking for? Nothing. Thankfully. God thankfully. You might not understand, but I am so thankful there's nothing here. Why? Well, in previous versions, there used to be a green star here. Yes, a green star. And green stars are in this version of the game. We haven't unlocked them yet. This is the first time I'm mentioning them because, well, the first time they're coming up in any capacity. I'm probably going to be holding off covering any areas that contain green stars until we can get them, but in previous versions of the game, this was the only place that had a green star. And, it was up here. It was at the very top of this. And to get it, you basically had to do this. You had to do that, except, like, perfectly. Yeah. I'm of course not gonna be doing it. I'm just kind of like trying to show it off. Show off what you had to do. You have to like wall jump, maintaining momentum. God, I was practicing this. I almost made it. I did not make it, but I almost did. Yeah, more speed than that. I'm kind of building it up. I'm kind of making progress, but it's just not good. Yeah, you had to do that to get to the very top, and then you had to like make a specific, just jump very specifically to grab the green star. The thing is, it was basically just a regular star in that version, because you know it was the version it first appeared in was a kind of unfinished version. It didn't really reward you with anything. It was just there, unexplained. I was like, oh hey, green star. What the fuck, green star? And that's not the end of the weirdness around, like the weird oddities that can only be found in this version of the map. Because if we go this way, if we look in this hedge here, we have a pipe. This pipe, yeah, there's a bunch of pipes in this game. There's a bunch of pipes in this area. We just finished going through this little alcove that had like 3 separate pipes. Everything was fine. They just let us in normal little areas. So what's so special about this pipe? The yellow switch. The fabled yellow switch. My word of advice, don't press this. Do not press this. You can press it. There's no guarantee anything bad will happen, but I would highly, highly recommend against pressing this. I just saved my save state there. I just saved a save state, and I'm going to press it several times so you can see what happens. I'm going to press this. Yow, I didn't mean to hide the star. Not gonna focus on that, but hey, we pressed it. Cool. The texture's kind of glitched. Weird. Let's leave. Our hat is missing. Our hat is missing. Oh boy. There's no way to get the hat back. That's not all it does. That's just one of the most common effects of pressing the switch. And you know what happens when you don't have your hat. You take extra damage. However, we have our regenerative healing back. That's also a common effect it can have. Kind of giving you both, like, an eye for an eye, basically. You take more damage, like, you get your regenerative healing back at the cost of taking more damage. Here's the thing, though. None of what just happened is guaranteed. Press it again. The mystery is of wet or dry. It's different dialogue. The area looks different. We go back. Well, our hat's gone again. And if we jump off, our HUD is different too. That's good to know. Well, we still have a regenerative healing. Oh well. The thing I'm getting at is just, this is completely random. It messes with a bunch of specific values in the game. Specific values, so it's not like completely anything could happen random. It's just kind of unpredictable. See if our regenerative healing is gone. Nope. I did say that those are like the most common effects. That's about it though. Also, is it just me, or is like Castle am I kind of smaller? Hold on, let me try something. Let me just go up to the door. I'm just thinking for a moment, because I know another random effect it might have. Yeah, I think the doors were slightly bigger there. I mean, it was nighttime. If we could get nighttime to trigger again. Oh well. it does also tend to mess with RNG a lot. Ooh. Oh. I don't like that. Yeah, it tends to mess with the RNG to make shit like this a lot more common, so like you'll end up here most of the time going through the castle doors. Like if I do that again, I can almost guarantee that... Yeah. I think that's about most of what I want to show off personally, though. Now, well, I would recommend reading this wiki page. The yellow capped switch wiki page on the B33 wiki. I would highly recommend you read this. It goes into detail about like most of the random effects that can happen from it. And it is very good to note. Something this mentions down here as well is in 1.0 there's a single unused dialogue message that can only be triggered through the yellow cap switch. We'll reload the page. What are you doing? I'm talking to you, both of you. The walls were extended to trap both of you, and you decide to stay. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. And it crashes. Very interesting. And getting into the origin comes from this video. We go back a bit. We can also see why it's called the Genesis basement. Because this is the basement from Genesis. It's effectively identical. Not one-to-one, but, you know, like, it's definitely the same place. Then he goes to where the pipe was. There's a little guy. Come on. Yeah, goes into where the yellow switch pipe was. Sends them to the same yellow switch place. However, because the guy who is playing is fictional as well, it means that the game actually has an effect over him. The game we're playing, you know, there's all this stuff about like personalization and stuff, but like ultimately you're safe playing it. There's nothing in it that can really harm you. But in the lore and the whole story of the thing, the game is very much harmful to its players.
Alright.
And because this is one of those players, when he goes to press it,
Jim, are you alright?
Hey, Bill. What are you?
he
I think Jim's had a seizure. Call an ambulance.
he's not okay. He's not okay. Yeah. In fact, in older versions of B33, like before 0.9, getting close to the yellow switch would actually crash your game. Intentionally, like kind of trying to like mimic what happened to Jim in this video. But like they decided to like undo that, make it actually pressable, and to great effect. Cause like if you don't know what the yellow switch is and you press it, it's only gonna magnify your confusion. Like, I've mentioned this before, but I just love how everything in this game is just designed to confuse the player as much as possible. It's genuinely genius, and I love it. Like, I'm here. I have a bunch of knowledge. I have like a lot of technical knowledge about how a lot of this works, and I'm kind of like sitting down and explaining this to you. But like, hey, if you're just going into this, you have no idea what's going on. This game, like that's exactly what the game is wanting. It wants someone to just go in here with no knowledge of like anything, so it can just absolutely mess with you, and I love it for that. Like I just kind of like, even if you're watching by this point, like at this point in watching this, you're just like kind of understanding a lot of what this game is. I just kind of want you to get yourself in that mindset of just like a new player. I just want you to really appreciate this game because like it's so well thought out, especially with just how it doesn't really have much story. Like it puts most of its thing on that, and like the bit of its story, like any bit of story, you kind of have to put together yourself. It's not really meant to be taken like a normal game. It's meant to be taken like a whole mystery, and not even like not really a it's just an experience. It's the best way I can describe it. God, wouldn't it be funny if I just did a Let's Play of Super Mario 64 after this?